There are a total of 5 different roles within Red Dead Online, and they were all added to the game at different times. They all provide different content and they all have a different purpose. But with all of these roles, I do not rank them all on the exact same level. So in this video, I'll be ranking them from worst to best. Before I do get into the video, this video is brought to you by Skillshare. It's no secret that I've created a lot of gaming channels, and because I've created so many, I know how to get them partnered in about 1 to 2 months without needing to promote them on other social media accounts. And I always get asked, how do I do it? That's why I've created an in-depth course on Skillshare covering everything. It goes through the basics of creating a new YouTube channel, but it quickly scales up into doing keyword research, planning videos, recording, editing, creating thumbnails, and eventually getting monetized, where you can actually start running your YouTube channel like a business by outsourcing the work. If you're interested in having your own gaming channel, there is a link in the description down below which will give you 1 free month of Skillshare for the first 100 people who sign up. So make sure that you're quick and do go and watch that course so you know exactly the process of what I go through for every single video and for every single new YouTube channel that I create. Link to that can be found in the description down below. Getting back into the video, the roles we're going through are not perfect, even the ones that are my favorite. So with each role that we're going to be going through, I will say the things that I like, the things that I hate, and also share how it can be improved to make it more enjoyable. This, of course, is based off my personal opinion. If you want to leave your role order in the description down below, then feel free to do so, and I will read as many as I can. So the first role in which we're going to be going through, my least favorite role within Red Dead Online, is the Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter has always been my least favorite role from the moment it was included with the Frontier Pursuits update back in 2019. The only 2 things that I like from it is the fact that it pays gold and also some of the legendary bounties. But I only liked the legendary bounties when they were first released, as it provided some of the best weekly updates that we've ever had. As for things that I don't like about it, well, the whole role is boring. For every single bounty that you bring from the bounty board, no matter its tier, it always feels the same. And when Rockstar first advertised the Bounty Hunter enhancement, I was hoping that they'll bring in some new gameplay mechanics which will hopefully spice things up, but unfortunately they still use the exact same tracking mechanics from those original missions, just yet again to create new missions. It also doesn't help that the whole payout system is based on a timer. So even if you are enjoying the pace of the bounty hunter role and you're going to a location, you're killing gang members, you're getting a bounty and taking them back to the sheriff office, for you to receive that maximum gold payout, you just need to sit there and wait. Every gameplay mechanic around the bounty hunter just makes it feel so much slower than what it can actually be. So if they did just change the payout system so it wasn't connected to how long it was taken to actually bring in this bounty, in fact it was just a set price for every single bounty that you brought in, then it would be a lot better. It's not the only improvement that I would make, but I think if we went through all the things that we could actually go through to improve the bounty hunter, this video would just be how to improve the bounty hunter. The missions themselves are boring, the gameplay mechanics do not change, and once we get to the rank unlocks, well, they're all pointless. Even once you get to the bounty hunter wagon, which you think would be a lot of fun, it really isn't. And none of this changed once they did bring out the bounty hunter enhancement. In 4th place, I've listed the collector. The only positive out of all of this is that it does pay good cash. It's actually been used to fund 90% of all of my Red Dead Online accounts, and I also use the XP that I'm able to get from selling collector sets to actually quickly complete content, which is then used for YouTube videos. The whole role itself is just a walking simulator. Now I understand that Rockstar probably intended us to go to Madame Lazare, buy collection maps, and then use those collection maps to find collectibles. But instead of us actually doing that, we instead used the Jean Roque collector map. But even if we played it the way that Rockstar intended, it's still a walking simulator. It's still, this is the location, go there, pick it up, go back to Madame Lazare to go and get another collector map to go to a location to pick up the collectible. And there's not much else to say about this role. So as for improvements, there needs to be something which actually makes it entertaining. Maybe something that just takes you off guard as a dynamic event that only belongs around collectible locations, where all of a sudden NPCs will ambush you, or just something to take you off guard. If they really wanted to put more attention into this and actually improve the role, then they could add exactly what they said they were going to add, which was posse collection sets, where each posse member will find a different part of the collectible and it being done through missions. This will also bring in some replayability because the mission that you get to get the specific parts of that collectible may not be the exact same mission that your other friends go and get as well. So eventually, as you keep on replaying, you'll play through each different section and play through each mission. It really just needs to be something that's more intense than just going around and picking up collectibles and being a walking simulator. Having some type of mission or some type of dynamic event will just make it so much better. In third place, I have listed the Trader. The thing that I like about the Trader is that you can make AFK money. So with this role and one of the other roles which we will talk about in a sec, is probably up there as the role that I've played the most, but it doesn't mean that I enjoy it the most. You do still need to hunt animals to get animal parts, and those animal parts need to be used for materials. You do also need to spend time going through resupply missions or ordering in supplies, which does cost money. But once that's done, you have 50 minutes where you can put your controller down, go away, do anything. The console still needs to be on and playing in the background, but you can just do anything in real life, and gradually over time, cribs will be generating goods in the background. This is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. Even if you did want to sit there and play the game, there's actually nothing to do. You could spend time getting more materials, but if you was to continuously go through this, you'll be able to bring in more materials than cribs actually using them. So you'll always be maxed out. And once that's maxed, there is nothing to actually do. You now need to wait until those 50 minutes are over where you can do another resupply mission, and yet again, the same cycle repeats. You also don't get 100 goods until you wait 3 to 4 hours. You can of course sell your trader goods way before this, but it's not recommended because you'll be getting considerably less. It would be nice if there was something else to do, such as other types of missions or the ability to raid free roam camps. Rather than it being for the blood money content, you can actually go through and do this for the trader and retrieve goods out of it. Or better yet, allow us to attack other players' camps where we could do a very similar thing. And these are just improvements to kill time. There's other players that do want other types of upgrades within the camp to speed up the whole process, and also more customization features. In second place, I have listed the Naturalist. Now before anyone says it and that I'm crazy that the Naturalist is second place on my list, it's not actually for sedating animals. With studying animals, I got bored quicker than anything else, and if it was the only part of this role, it would be last place. It would actually replace the bounty hunter. This role also offers legendary animals, and this is exactly why it is second place. Legendary animals within free roam has always been fun with me, but on top of that, the missions that you actually go through are really well done. There's multiple variations in which you can go through for every single animal that does have a legendary animal mission. And on top of that, the legendary animal itself is useful. You can use that legendary animal to get garments from Gus McMillan, which was very popular on the release of this update. You can then use the legendary animal to sedate and sample for Harriet, or you can take the legendary animal pelts to cribs, which will help your trader. And it made the trader a lot easier. What I think this role should have been is a focus on Gus rather than Harriet. The issue with this role is that it did focus on Harriet, and if you did only sedate and sample, it just becomes a walking simulator again, very similar to the collector. You go to a location, find an animal, sedate them, get that sample and take it back to Harriet to do the same thing over and over again. I also found it incredibly boring just studying and taking pictures of animals. Really isn't for me. So when it comes to improvements, I would very much be happy to completely scrap Harriet, but then also expand upon Gus. Bring in more legendary animals to hunt within free roam and within missions, add some new items which you can unlock by collecting legendary animals and then bringing them to Gus. These can be new types of garments, or it can be completely new items being gloves, trousers, jackets, t-shirts, or maybe even not for your character. It could be new customization options for your horse, or even take it to set locations where you can have items on display at your camp or even at your Moonshine shack. Pretty much all improvements would rely on looking at Gus's side to expand it and actually just killing Harriet off completely. This brings us to my favorite role within Red Dead Online. This of course is the Moonshiner. The Moonshiner has the best of most roles within the game without the negatives being alongside it. You can play AFK very similar to the trader, but if you do want to sit there and play through this role, Well, you do have missions that you can continuously keep on going through, being the bootlegger missions. And if you keep on going through them, they do actually provide a benefit, as it will be cheaper for you to buy Moonshine Mash. If these bootlegger missions just aren't cutting it, which wouldn't be surprising, they are simple missions that you can do within free roam, well, you can actually go to the main missions. Now, there's not a load of main missions, but the main missions are well done. It's got a good story, there's good cinematics, the characters that are involved are actually enjoyable characters, they're not dull like other characters that we have within the game, and on top of that, they're fun to play through. Plus, with all of the positives from here, it's also the only property within the game that you're able to buy, and in some areas you're able to customize and expand. The negative with this role is that it's limited in its areas, despite it being more open with more possibilities than the other roles within the game. What I mean by this is, yes, you do own a property, but it's not particularly the nicest property ever. You can also customize, but you can only customize between a few decors that are there and change one picture which is behind your bar. You can expand your bar, but there is only 2 expansions, being the bar expansion and the band expansion. So with the content that's there, even though it does give you more than some of the other content that's in the game, fortunately it just makes you want more as well, with there being more customization options, more expansions that will be added to the game, and hopefully as well, even the best part will be expanded, being the missions. Hopefully we'll get more main missions. This is exactly how I would rank the different roles within Red Dead Online, going from Bounty Hunter, Collector, Trader, Naturalist, and finally the Moonshiner. If you would order these roles differently, then please feel free to let me know in the comment section down below. Anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going to see ya.